This is Jerry White, the Socialist Equality Party's candidate for U.S. President. I'm in Philadelphia today, where on Monday the Democratic National Convention will begin. The Democratic Party has prepared massive security precautions to pen up protesters and has spent more than $40 million on security provisions. This convention will nominate Hillary Clinton, a tool of Wall Street and the Pentagon. And this city, Philadelphia, epitomizes the policies of the Democratic Party. It is one of the poorest big cities in America, with 37% of its children living in poverty and with its residents hit by water shutoffs and school closures.
When the Pope came, they did the same thing. They cleared out the area, and that's what they're doing now with the convention.
With the Democratic Party convention.
Yep, they're clearing out any homeless, anyone that is a potential threat, but I'm not. But anyone that's an eyesore. I was, in the Army for 10 years. Went to Iraq 3 times. My last tour, I ended up getting hit with a bunch of shrapnel because the Hummer that was in front of me ran over an IED and blew up. Boom, I got hit with shrapnel. The only income I have is what I make panhandling, because I don't get welfare, because welfare, I'm going to get a pension. So because I'm going to receive that, I'm not eligible. So I get nothing.
No food stamps.
Nothing.
Right.
So now this is all I have. And, I applied 26 months ago.
Lower income neighborhoods where people have lived for 50, 60 years. They don't have mortgages. They're old. You know what I mean? They're losing homes because across the street they're building new condos, driving up prices on other people's houses. And either people who were currently already here can't afford to mortgage their house now and have to move to another neighborhood. Like, they're literally being ran out of neighborhoods.
Right.
Like,
that's why homelessness is on the rise here.
Yeah.
That's why I see a lot more homeless people
Right.
here.
It's ridiculous.
If you're born in one neighborhood, you live 20 years less than if you're born in another neighborhood a mile away if you're from a wealthier family.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Since I grew up down North Philly, I seen it every day. People dying, it was normal. You would walk out your house, you see one person, next day you don't see him. That was normal. And if you did see the person the next day, you was happy. But if you didn't, you was like, oh, something must have happened. That was like a normal thing. But now that I live up in Frankfurt, it's different. People don't have that mentality. So it's a big change.
And they don't have those conditions of poverty and unemployment. There used to be a time when, workers, like we were talking about before, a tradesman, a building tradesman, or a factory worker would have earned enough money, to raise a whole family, send their kid to college.
Yeah, not anymore. No. It's not happening these days.
No.
One income pays rent, and that's it. The other income pays the other stuff, and maybe there's something left over.
Those days,
that's full time.
Grandmom's days are over. Where grandpa worked and grandmom stayed. That's over with. You need 2 incomes in today's world.
Right.
You need and you need more than one job.
They find trillions of dollars for war, whether it's Clinton or Trump. They're committed to more wars, and they find trillions for war. And they find trillions for bailing out the banks that were responsible for crashing the economy.
But they can't find the money for the education.
That's right.
Or the school closings, or keeping the schools open, or for the children in the recreation centers.
In previous years, they had the school nurse. The way they do it here is the school nurse administers children's medication that need medication during school hours. They cut the funding for the nurse. She's there once a week, and that's it. A child who was in that predicament where he needed his medication administered in 2nd grade had an asthma attack and died.
What's happened to the public schools here?
They're closing. They're closing the public schools, the libraries, all that.
Yeah.
And now they about to build this new prison somewhere down here. So all the money, instead of them putting it towards schools and public and activities, they building what they calling a super prison. So who is y'all gonna put in there? Like, the prison system is already filled. Now y'all about to kick them out or put them in there. When we got schools, kids not learning and all that. So
You have both parties that are both millionaires. They have money. They're able to do what they want to do. To be honest, I really don't like talking about politics, but I believe it's bogus on both ends, for Clinton and for Trump.